Not scraps.
Non-scraps.
What's up, America? We're back for Comic-Con, special edition, just in. We left Blaine at home, told him we're going to Waffle House. We didn't, so we're gonna see what kind of shit we can get into here.
Go ladies, look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at him. Now back to me.
Were you guys here earlier?
We just got here. We were running so late. Yeah.
You missed the diversity panel.
That's what I was telling you about. Scrap.
Just finished probably working months ago.
Yeah, I don't, maybe not a long time ago.
Predator. We're doing a special. You want to talk about your cosplay?
Cool.
Yeah, you make it yourself?
I bought it.
Okay. Very, very accurate. You look forward to the reboot coming out, the Shane Black story?
Yeah.
Nice. How, remind me asking, what's something like this normally run?
Good?
Yeah, like the whole shebang.
Well, I paid $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your main cosplay, or do you do other ones? Appreciate it. I'm Justin. We're filming a special called This Just In. Kevin Roberts here, actually my old neighbor that I grew up with down the street. Run in here at Richmond at Comic-Con. George knows. So Kevin, tell us, I remember from back in the day, you always drawn, so tell us, about everything you're doing.
What's up, y'all? I got, my label is Redline Comics, and I'm publishing 2 books right now. Ride, which is action comedy, science fiction adventure book about a guy who's on a road trip to find his long lost dad, and Stronghold, which is about an alien invasion and occupation, and the group of armored space ninjas who are trying to mount an uprising to overthrow that alien government. And I've got art prints, and I'm doing commissions, and
That's Samurai Jack,
stuff.
man. Check that out.
When you have a really good weekend, you make a little extra money, but it's all self-published, and I sell stuff online, and there's
you do all the writing and art?
For Stronghold, Magdalene, or Mags, as she likes to go by over here, does the art. She writes, and I did most of the writing for Ride with her help, plotting and outlining, and yeah, that's basically it. But I do all the art.
What's the story behind the name Redline?
It's actually a nod to this anime that I really love called Redline. It's a racing anime, and the action in it is basically that's what I want to do, So when we were coming up with the name for the label, that was one of the things I thought of.
How many other people are part of the label with you?
It's me and sometimes Max.
Is there any mainstream comics now that you're really into, or it seems to be a lot of the kind of more independent publishers, kind of getting away from all that.
I don't know. It seems like the older we get, the more we get into the indie stuff.
Yeah.
But I keep up with Spider-Man from time to time because he's my favorite.
Right.
And I don't know.
Peter Parker and Miles Morales.
Like the major events and stuff like that, like Avengers vs. X-Men, that kind of thing. But that was like a couple of years ago.
Did you see the Spider-Man Homecoming yet?
Yeah, I saw it opening night. It was great.
What would
I recommend it for anyone who's thinking about going to see it.
What would you say was your favorite little Easter egg? 'Cause it was riddled with them of things.
Definitely when Donald Glover's character mentions his nephew. So I don't know if everybody caught that.
Oh yeah.
Who's familiar with Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales?
Yeah. Aaron Davis, the Prowler, being his uncle. So, yep. And we actually, Miles Morales has been walking around here. He was a buddy we met at the last Comic-Con, and we went on a whole thing about it, and about the idea of did Marvel kind of drop the ball with not introducing Miles Morales instead of Peter Parker?
Right.
We've done Peter Parker twice now, and, and this is a character that's resonated so well to the point where they integrated him into the main MCU. It's like, give him a chance, and. But I feel like with what they did in the movie, they're putting their stock in to bring him later.
Yeah, I think they're laying the groundwork to potentially have him in a couple movies.
And I was saying to George, I feel like it's two things. One, because he is such a popular character, but since the rights with Sony are so up in the air, and Sony has the right to retract it after their initial contract, where Miles Morales is a new character in the last few years. So, they set up the idea of Miles. So if they take Peter Parker back, they got their Spider-Man.
And Kevin Feige. Is it Feige?
Feige? I can't remember.
At first I thought it was Feige, then I heard Feige. That guy, the
architect of
he's been very reluctant to discuss Tom Hardy's contract past Spider-Man Homecoming 2, or whatever they call it.
They got,
sequel to Homecoming.
They got 2 sequels and an Avengers movie.
Okay, so he'll be in Infinity War, and then another Spider-Man movie. And then after that, they're really not talking about it.
Which he did say, though, that the Homecoming sequel is going to be kind of like the first start of Phase 4 after Infinity War.
Exactly,
so, I feel like with Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Black Panther, they're getting the new roster ready. Once the 22 movie arc, the start of Iron Man ends. So.
Yeah, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Exciting time
it's good to see Spider-Man in movies where other superheroes exist.
Right. The only thing I can say that I wasn't a huge fan of is the overly techie suit. I
can see how
with the AI thing. I think that's what they didn't do the AI
with the Stark Tech and everything.
Yeah,
that had his charm. I wanted to see more Spider Sense and him using his
I feel like
powers.
Maybe they're using that as like an because they didn't even really.
But I think they used. I think they used Karen, the AI suit, as a holdover or a halfway point for that, and it's not necessarily a problem because he's still reacting very quickly to and evading enemy attacks and that kind of thing. So you can still get the sense that he has, he's one step ahead of his enemies.
I definitely do like the kind of Ben Reilly-esque homemade costume with the hoodie and the blue and all that.
Yeah.
So a little throw out to the clone of Spider-Man, the Scarlet Spider.
And but yeah, I definitely like the design.
Very Steve Ditko.
And I like how they brought in all the different types of webbing and stuff that he can shoot. And
makes me think of the old Activision game from PlayStation. Web balls, the taser web, all that. Epic game still to this day.
So that's cool how they're bringing in. Okay, so your suit can actually do all these kinds of different things. And I thought the training wheels protocol was pretty funny.
Right. All right. Well then, favorite Spider-Man at this point.
Probably, I want to say it's a tie between that and Spider-Man 2.
Of course.
Spider-Man 2 was so good.
Still to this day, one of the best superhero
Spider-Man 2 is so good. It's still one of the best superhero movies.
And out of the 3 Spider-Man?
Out of the 3 Spider-Man, Tom Hardy's probably the best one.
Tom Holland.
Is it Holland?
Yeah, Tom Hardy. He's going to play Venom actually in the Sony movies.
Holland. Yeah. Tom Holland. I think he's the best.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely invokes Peter Parker.
Even though he actually looks like a child in high school.
Exactly. I think of it in the sense of like Batman, whereas Michael Keaton will always be my image of Batman. So I think Tobey Maguire will always be my image of Spider-Man because that's what I grew up with. But I think technically, even though I was a big hater first of Ben Affleck, I think Ben Affleck really represents
he did a great job.
The most comic book accurate.
I think he surprised a lot of people. He was probably the best part of that movie.
For sure. That's the one thing with Zack Snyder, for all the flack you can give him, the guy's got an eye for casting. I mean, no matter what you think of Man of Steel, Henry Cavill, I think, embodies Superman. Maybe with a different script, he could be a little more Supermanly.
I feel like the writing is hamstringing him.
For sure.
Because he definitely looks the part.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got, when you see the guy talking normal, I mean, he's got that really kind of Superman. I think Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa's Aquaman. I feel like it's going to make people take Aquaman seriously again. Well, maybe seriously if they ever have.
Yeah.
But.
For the first time.
Yeah.
For once.
Cool, man. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just one of your cards here?
Yeah.
I'll just take one of these. That's dope.
Nice.
Kevin Roberts, yo. Local hero.
Yeah.
Steven Universe guys, right? I love it. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
We're doing a Comic-Con special, just checking out costumes and all that. He gives a chef impression.
Hello there, children. Say everybody, you see my balls are big, salty, and brown. If you quick pick me up, just stick my balls in your mouth. Ooh, suck on my chocolate salty balls. Stick in your mouth, stick in your mouth and suck 'em and suck 'em. Ooh, suck on my chocolate salty balls. Cool vitamins and good for you. Now suck on my balls.
Can we get some chef advice on the world right now?
Advice, you know, all I can say is you just need to make love to a woman, make it sensual, make it nice and sensual. You just need to get down the fire, make it sweet love to them. Yo, the moms make love to you, mama. Gonna make it love down the fire. I gotta press your little body, make you moan, make it sweet.
Those are words lived by, America. All right, we're here, the Black Power Ranger, Walker Girls. What's up? I'm Justin.
Hey Justin, how you doing, man? You
Just
good?
gonna ask you a couple questions. One, just how'd you get into the role?
Well, it was basically an audition that my agent sent me out on, and right skills, right place, right time, you know? It's morphin' time. Right opportunity.
I hear you. And other opportunities that came out of being that, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been working as an actor for 24 years.
Right. It's crazy to think Power Rangers was 24 years ago.
It is,
Like,
right?
I really
consider
imagine you feel.
I know. I feel like I'm 25, so
Right.
the fact that it came out so long ago is kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, and then there's been so many versions since then, but y'all started it all.
All right.
Other question, something that of course has always kind of been a source of controversy with the original ones, the idea that, you know, Yellow Ranger was Asian, Black Ranger was black. Back then when you were casted, do you feel like that really was a thing, or is that just something the media kind of perpetuated because they were looking at too much into it?
Yeah, well, I'll put it like this. You were a kid when you watched the show. Did you ever notice that the Black Ranger was black?
It never
right.
crossed
so
my
this
mind.
is something that was created by some other people. That's just garbage. It means nothing. The fact that as a Black Ranger, one, I was proud to be a Black Ranger. Two, the show's in 40 countries around the world where I'm a role model for millions of kids around the world, so there's nothing negative about it. So there's no negative association put it to it unless you put one to it.
Hey man, that comes from the words of the Black Power Ranger himself. So that's an authority on the subject. But hey man, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
All right, so
Is this? Yeah.
can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, so, hey guys. How you doing? How you doing, cutie? Yeah. So,
Mask gives you power.
it does. So, basically what's going on in Power Rangers right now is, well, a little bit of backstory. Speak up?
Speak up.
Okay. So, Spider-Man. Yeah. Wrong series. So the Power Rangers comic book is like super dope right now. It's basically telling the story of the Power Rangers and Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, when he first joins the team, and how they're like kind of butting heads because this is the guy who is just, you know, beating them up not too long ago, and now we're just supposed to accept him as a part of our team, right? So it's going a lot into that and the drama that comes within that, like the trust issues and everything. But my biggest takeaway from it personally is the story with other characters that's going on right now. Because one character who has a lot of character development going on right now is Zach. Of course, you know, Zach is the Black Ranger. And little does everyone know, Zach was originally supposed to be the Green Ranger. Rita tried to recruit him first, but Zach declined. He thought about it because and if it wasn't for Jason, Zach would have been the leader of the Power Rangers. So what's happening right now is that they're in an alternate dimension, Tommy Oliver and Billy, and they're recognizing that in this alternate dimension that Tommy Oliver has stayed with Rita Repulsa and defeated the Power Rangers, killed Jason, taken all of the power coins, and created a Power Ranger army. And within that Power Ranger army, every single color Power Ranger has their own respective lane that they stay in. Like, you know, the Black Rangers are the soldiers, the Reds are the guards, so on and so forth. And the Black Ranger, Zach, he is the leader of the Resistance now. So that's what's going on right now in the Power Rangers. And now we have the original, the Tommy Oliver and Billy of an alternate universe coming together to fight them and set that universe in the right path that it's supposed to be on. So I really think that's a huge step forward for Power Rangers, because let's face it, well, the original Power Rangers was very racist to begin with, because you had the jock as the Red Ranger as the leader, the Pink Ranger is the girl, the Asian as the Yellow Ranger, the Black guy as the Black Ranger, and the nerd is the Blue Ranger. And what the new Power Ranger comic book doing is right now is, while they're still in those respective roles, they're actually building character upon that, rather than just having them be random 5 kids in these like stereotypic areas. So that's why you need to go pick up the Power Rangers comic book right now, because Spider-Man said so.
That's all I can tell you. I don't know.
I should try to call him. He didn't answer it.
No, I tried calling you too, but I have no service in here.
Yeah, and he was like, well, I don't know that he has any pockets in here.
Perfect, thank you. Meet everybody. Patrick, what are you dressed as right now?
This is Hunter S. Thompson after he has joined the Empire and started apprenticing as a Sith Lord.
Oh, that's fun. And I am, of course, Magnum Apple Pie, which is a little something I whipped up today. Excelsior! Commissioner Gordon!
Randomness rules! Marvel and DC, I think the Randos have won this.
All right.
We got Yondu here, Volume 2 style. I mean, tell me about it.
Yeah, so I mean, this isn't quite movie accurate. It's got a whole lot of leather in the movie, so I kind of went with substitute for canvas. But
not a good day for a full leather.
Not a good day for a full leather trench coat. No, for sure. But yeah, I made the fin out of BB-8 foam and had that glued on a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't come off.
Yeah, right?
Too bad.
You got the teeth?
Yeah, I made the teeth.
You made those?
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Michael Rooker is like standing right here.
Yeah, so I made the little EVA foam, got the arrow.
Can you whistle for us?
Not with the teeth.
Not with the teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you look like Mary Poppins.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Our special's called This Just In.
Oh, cool.
I don't even know what this is. Tell us about it.
This one, I basically I like doing like random like NPC characters and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so I'm just a raider from Fallout. Okay. But yeah, I made my home base at the Red Rocket truck stop.
Wow.
Red Rocket flag with the Raiders.
Very nice.
And so like basically the character I put together, he was the guy came out of the vault, tried to do good in the wasteland, realized it was all crap and it was useless, so ended up becoming a raider. And then works, of course, if you ever see me anywhere, I'm walking around, full companion for camps.
You piece all this together yourself?
Yeah. A large majority of it I made. Some things are like army surplus like this, but all the weathering and everything like that, that's all me. Oh man, went to Goodwill, $2
I was literally about to say, I'm a thrift store kind of guy, and I know thrift store belts when I see them.
Yeah.
What are these made?
Oh, these are the control collars from Fallout.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used neodymium magnets.
Wow.
So you can click it open and then snaps
That
shut.
is dope.
Yeah, so I want to tie him to some leads and stuff like that. So whenever I'm walking around, I can get some people to play along.
So you want to do this with me?
Sure.
We should, you know, you were on the panel?
Yeah, you want to come in, Cap?
I'm with it, man.
Yes,
Perfect.
It's about like, you think like 5-10 minutes or?
We got James, Mike, and Patrick here. They did a diversity panel here at Comic-Con. Fortunately, because we're always late, we missed that. But fellas, why don't you give us an idea of what y'all were talking about?
All right, I'm Patrick. I led this awesome panel that I was happy to have because I'm a nerd of color, and we need to have that out there, that we're here, we're nerds, and we're, you know what I'm saying, we deserve some love. You know, there's not too much representation out there on the screen, so I wanted to get that out there. It was called hashtag Electric Black and Karate, because I don't know if you're familiar with comic books as much as I am, but you know, there's black characters are usually synonymous with having electrical powers.
Yeah.
And you know, we needed to talk on it, and I meant to.
I wanted to.
And then being an Asian, you know, it's either karate or technology with us. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to change these stereotypes and show that we're so much more than that. But let me give Mike some love right now.
Yeah, because like when I spoke on the previous one, I talked about creators making like brand new characters and not just like copying and pasting other characters, which is something I'm very, very passionate about. And I just really wish that comic book creators, like I really feel like that we people, I'm not a creator myself, but I wish that creators would create more comic books that look like them and live their life experiences that they did, because you don't get a lot of those, comic book characters that, you see grew up in the hood and poverty and everything and decided to be something different from what they did. I believe, personally, this is just me thinking Marvel, going back to Marvel, Miles Morales' dad, Jefferson, has a great storyline by himself and deserves his own comic book because he's now a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Get on that. Like, there's so many stories that need to be told, and along with Aaron, but I'm gonna let my man James talk about his experience in diversity.
How's it going, everybody? Well, I'm James. I'm the founder of the ECAC, which is the East Coast Alliance of Cosplayers, and basically, we have a very diverse crew in ourselves because we really don't like the stereotype of having color affect who the character is. Basically, I get asked a lot, or spoken to, I guess, Don, the Black Captain America, and I really don't like that stereotype. I say, I'm Captain America, period. It's not a Black Captain America. I'm not Sam Wilson. I'm not Isaiah, I forgot his last name, but Steve Rogers. And I could go into detail about being Steve Rogers from Earth 664 or something like that, where all the main characters are black. But I shouldn't have to do that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to, so I don't do that. I just make it clear that, when you see this suit, it's Captain America. It's not Black Captain America or anybody else. Just see the mantle of Captain America, and that's how it should be. The same with Spider-Man or whoever any cosplayer wants to be. If you want to be that character, embody the character, and don't fall to the stereotypes of whether they're black, white, Asian, Mexican, Latino, whatever the case is, and that's just what I'm all about. And these guys seem to be on board with that, so I'm with them.
Hey, James, let me tell you how emotional this brother got when he was talking about that, because he was talking about you and emphasizing you and just, how I'm just Captain America, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whether you're black, Asian, Latino, whatever, that's it.
Yes.
So it hits home because, this should be a safe space with your nerddom and with your fandom, that we should be able to come together in this and not let race separate us with all that.
Right.
So shout out to all the nerds of color that wave their nerd flag, despite, being called this and third, that you can't be this. We can do this. We are heroes too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hashtag we are heroes too.
Hashtag we are heroes too. All right.
So shout out to y'all. Thank you for hollering at us. I don't know if you had any other questions.
Man, I think y'all
throw that nerd flag up there. Don't be afraid. You are awesome. And because I was able to do that, I want to throw a shout out because I'm Asian. And a lot of times we don't get our love. We should have had an Asian American Iron Fist. Let me tell you what, because that would have made that Iron Fist a lot better. Let me tell you, So shout out to my AAPIs out there. The reason I was able to do this panel is because I got a lot of love for my hashtag Totally Awesome Asians panel that I did to represent Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders' contributions to pop culture. Because we've been doing it big for a long time. Jim Lee, Larry Hama, Stan Sakai. We've been in this game, but we don't exactly see that representation within the pages that we're drawing. So come on now, let us get some love, and thank you all for being supportive and putting it out there.
The Totally Awesome hashtag, does that come from Totally Awesome Hulk?
Yeah, I was inspired by issue 17 where we finally got our first big Asian Avengers superhero team. I've never seen that. It brought me to tears, and it inspired me to holler at all my people that I know that are doing it in the business. And we want to come and show that love. And I'm gonna bring some other panels to y'all coming up in a few minutes.
Let me say one more thing here, because something happened earlier today. Somebody asked me why don't I cosplay other characters, and I wanted to put this out there. I'm not a cosplayer. Okay, I don't consider myself a cosplayer. I consider myself a cospersonist. The difference is I embody the character. I don't cosplay just because I like what that person looks like and then change it up 2 months later and try to make it big and better. I don't even expect to win contests. I might get in them just for the fun of it or whatever. I don't expect to win, because when I do this, I'm doing who I really am. This is who I am. Under the mask of everyday life. This is what I really am, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to make that distinction real clear. I'm a cospersonist, not a cosplayer.
Yeah,
So,
and to piggyback off of that, for a lot of us, when we cosplay, it's not really just a cosplay just for the fun of it. We're doing a service. Exactly. A lot of the characters we embody, like for me, Spider-Man, with great power is great responsibility, and a lot of what Spider-Man does is about finding himself within the pages of the comic book, within the animations, within the movies. He's finding himself, and that's something that a lot of kids see when they see Spider-Man. So when they see me as Spider-Man, they don't see a black guy as Spider-Man. They see someone who's actually dealing with problems and trying to make things work, and is a symbol of being better than what they actually are, and just trying to continue to get better.
Before we leave out, can we get some promo love real quick?
East Coast Alliance of Cosplayers, ECAC. Check us out on Facebook.
Go ahead.
Spidey Spice at Spidey Spice Instagram, Spidey Spice Cosplay Facebook, and also Cos Love.
All right, thank you. Shout out, thank you for Cos Love. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Team Cos Love. That's my charity. New Release Wednesday is my pop culture show. Look up New Release Wednesday on YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. We're out there. And I'm Patrick Michael Strange, man. PatrickStrange.com. Thanks for the love.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you so much, fellas.
Hey,
appreciate
Thanks
that.
so much, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Hit us up, man.
Yeah,
can I get you guys?
Appreciate
that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, we did it again, America.
Yes, sir.
Man, Frank, these bad boy videos in the building. I got Sean Hexton. I got Blaine Reddick. And I want to give a bad shout out to the hottest blog, Just In. This Just In. Tell them again what it is. This Just In. This Just In. Go check them out.
Finally got to me, man. Finally shut our shit down.
Captain for trade. Trade for captain.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.